Now, anyone who lives in Israel's metropolitan hub of Tel Aviv will tell you that it might not be the easiest place to live, but it is the best city to live in the world. So much so that despite its challenges, thousands of tourists come from abroad to visit, fascinated by its experiences, tastes and colours, and some decide to stay for good. For all the wonderfulness that happens in Tel Aviv, making a life here means taking many of the bizarre happenings in your stride. In a new online series, two international comedians who now call Tel Aviv home, decided to unveil some of the funny sides of the city that locals know tortuously well. Take a look.
Is it summer? Is it winter? What season is it, Tel Aviv? Excuse me, miss. Slicha, miss. Miss.
Ken.
Ken? What do you mean, Ken? You just cut the line.
לא נכון.
No, you have to go to the back of the
לא,
line.
מה פתאום?
This is
סליחה,
unacceptable.
קצת כבוד.
You have to go to the back
מה
of
את
the line.
עושה עכשיו? אני באתי לפה טוב.
I'm not feeling well.
אני פה,
She's feeling well. We need coffee. Eller, we've all been waiting for coffee. You can't just
חולה בלב.
Excuse me, sir.
מה?
Slicha,
זה
who
לא
do you think
בסדר.
you are? You just cut... שבתך?
סמדר.
סמדה.
זה המקום שלי, מקום טוב.
I was here.
And Lee, Eller and Marlee Leyone join me in studio to talk more about Welcome to Tel Aviv. Ladies, welcome. You're both looking a whole lot healthier than you are in that clip. Marlee, tell me a little bit about that video, because for people that haven't been to Tel Aviv, they might not understand the comedy.
Right. Well, it's just a little bit of like how it feels when you come here from North America. It's a very different culture. So it's really in your face. It's really loud, and to us, it was just highlighting something that was, you know, you're here, people cut you, and then you can...
We all know it all too well. That we say about in Israel, someone will cut you in line, you know, to get on the bus, but then there'll be the next person to help you in the street as well. It's something that you have to try and get your head around. But this is one of many videos that you've made. Tell us a little bit about what prompted you to make this series.
Well, Welcome to Tel Aviv was just an idea that we had. We were just like, the stuff that happens here is so ridiculous. Somebody needs to capture this. Right. And we were both starting out a little bit in the acting world in Tel Aviv. And, you know, it's very empowering to be able to also tell the story of Welcome to Tel Aviv, of what it's like to be here from an olim, and more than that, an olot chadashot perspective. Mm-hmm. But also it kind of gave us liberation, because we didn't really have I don't know about you, I didn't really have a show reel from stuff I did here. Mm-hmm. And it made me kind of at my beck and call of other people. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, you know what? This is going to give us a chance to tell the story of how we're living life and rule the narrative.
And it also speaks to the fact that Tel Aviv really embraced you. You both moved here from North America. Tell us briefly about what brought you here, and then what made you stay.
Yeah, well, I kind of have never been a person that has roots. You know, I move around a lot, and Tel Aviv is like the one place that I finally felt at home, and that there's such a community here, and we want to celebrate that, and it just feels like you could make great connections here all the time.
And how does it feel for you coming here?
I mean, I was 19 and I didn't know what I was doing, and I just knew I needed out from where I was. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when you just go with your gut, it brings you to the right place. And almost 10 years later, I'm sitting with you here, so that's
exactly.
fun.
You don't have to move. Many people think people move to Israel because of Zionistic reasons, or maybe they have family here, or perhaps it's for a job. But some people move because just where they were born didn't quite suit them, and then they come to a city and they really find their feet. And how does this series, I suppose, tell outside audiences something that really means something to you?
I think the most important thing is a lot of times we meet people here and we befriend people as olim chadashim that we normally wouldn't be friends with outside of this country, but there's one thing that kind of bridges the gap between all of us, and I think that we're all kind of running away from something, and we're running towards a new reality. And Welcome to Tel Aviv is just when you bring so many different types of people and you put them in this crazy world where you're shoving and pushing and then having dinner with the people that cut you in line.
Right.
That life is fun and it's versatile and it's dynamic, and one day you're up and one day you're down, and it's all good.
And this is the beginning of your journey. What kind of responses have you had so far?
We've gotten great responses because it's really relatable, it's relevant. I think even though you think it's only happening to you and the situation's unique, you talk to your friend and the same situation has happened to them.
And obviously Welcome to Tel Aviv is all about the people, and I know that you've set up your own production company called the 11th House, and that even our viewers could get involved.
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
So 11th House Productions is Welcome to Tel Aviv is a series that is under that, but really 11th House Productions is a collection of creatives that we have been so blessed to meet along the way. We're working with a new cinematographer named Gabriel Volkovich and his brother Abi. Actually, the person who helped start it with us was my fiance Gabrielle Haynes, and now we have Danielle Fadelson writing with us. And what it is about giving a voice to the creative. We are so humbled to be able to create a platform where people can really express. And so we say, listen, if you have a script idea or a quintessential Tel Aviv moment that you want us to showcase, send it to us on Facebook. And if we like it, we just might bring you on as a writer for that
It's
episode.
not only the startup nation when it comes to innovation, it's also very creative in that world. And you guys are really bringing that innovative brushstroke to here to what you're creating. And of course, there's a whole lot more to come. So if you want to check out Welcome to Tel Aviv and see what's coming up, take a look at what's going to come up next.
He just broke up with me. Right at the start of being dude.
Maybe Corona is a time for us to do the things that we always wanted to do.
Let's learn Hebrew.
Fine.
Well, we're going to have to get you back on to hear how your Hebrew lesson is going. We'll do the next interview in Hebrew. Marlee and Lee, thank you so much for that.
Thank you, Tracy. Thank you so much.